now. Okay. Countdown. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everyone, to the Daily News Rock Show on Rockers Edge Radio, Chaotic Radio, Inside the Orange Curtain, and OC Review, and soon also Chingona's Rocktastic Media Productions. Because today we are speaking with KiaRa. Did I say that right?
Yes, you pronounced it right.
Oh, great. I'm so happy about that. One of the things that I love about, the station is that we get to bring, new music to people out there. And we do get artists all over the world sending us music, submissions, and we're really thankful for that. And this is actually a perfect example because I am in the United States right now, and I am speaking with Anna, and she is in Moscow, Russia at this very moment. And it took us a while coordinate to get this schedule done because of our time difference, and we just kept missing our schedules. So welcome very much to the show. I'm thankful that you're on the show and that you've sent us music so that we can talk about her amazing music. She's got a little tour coming up. So tell us a little bit about yourself. First, Anna, like tell us a little bit of background about you. Like, how did you get into the music that you're into? And before we get into like the tour and playing the songs and stuff, what put you into this business? What did you want to do?
Well, I got into music when I was 9.
Oh, wow,
So I
9.
did music for the whole life actually, and I started with the musical school, of course. Then I went into a musical college, musical university, and so I have all the musical education that is possible. Um, but actually, about the real musical business and the metal musical business, I got there when I joined the band Imperial H in 2016. And since that time, I'm a touring musician, a lead singer. And since 2019, I started my own project, Anna KiaRa too. And I continued to grow up, in musical business, in metal musical business.
Oh, the I love it. The music that you sent me is beautiful, just amazing. And one of the things that hit me about it that I wanted to ask, because I didn't ask this ahead of time. Um, do you have opera background training?
Yeah, I was trained as an opera singer in college, and as musical singer in university. So I'm kind of, combine both techniques like opera and regular vocal or rock vocal. So I can do everything. And I also have my vocal students, and I teach them how to combine everything, how to use, both resonators and different techniques for the vocals. So yeah, I'm kind of universal singer.
Oh no, that's amazing because listening to the music, because I've been listening to the music. My neighbors have been listening to the music with me because I play it loud. I go in the backyard and I have it blaring. I'm on the back patio doing my reviews and stuff. So yeah, no, but your voice is so powerful. And it's the way you sing and the way you carry yourself, and just hearing that, I was like, oh, yeah, you sound like you have some opera training. Your voice is just, it carries so beautifully and so powerful throughout the songs, and every pitch that it, like, you can hear, you just like hear that tone, that it just sounds like, oh, you definitely have to have this type of training, because if you didn't, just to have that naturally is just, your voice is absolutely beautiful. It's just stunning, and it really like seems to like echo throughout the whole music, and it really sticks with you. So I really love your voice. And that's why I want to talk about that and ask about that, so that we can focus, on, I mean, not just, the music and stuff too, but your voice and the talent that you have. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of time to train the voice like this. Yeah, for me, it took about 20 years, maybe a little bit less, but yeah, and I'm very, it's very funny when some people, as a students, they come to me and they ask, when I will be able to sing like you. And I say, well, it depends on how stubborn you are. Yeah, and how many time you have to practice, how much time. Yeah, so it's a lot of work. Yeah, it's very hard work, and it's a pity that some people, they just don't understand what it takes. Yeah, they just think, you just go on stage and you just sing and that's all. And you're natural. I'm not. I wasn't out of tune when I was a teenager. Yeah, and I didn't have that big voice. I was trained and trained and trained. And yeah, so many people, they just think that, oh, it's so easy.
Oh yeah, some people don't understand, that, like you said, I mean, that's why I was asking you if you have that training, because some people don't understand that, like you said, they just assume that, oh, it's a natural thing, you can just get up and sing, and not really. I mean, like, I can only sing karaoke. Not everybody can get up and sing and have a voice like that. But again, you can tell that you're trained. You can very well tell that you're very educated in this, and like the music now, getting into the music that we have that you sent us, because we have 3 songs to play for everyone here on Rockers Edge Radio that she sent us that we're going to play for you. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit like about the music and stuff. Now, is this something that do you self-write? Do you write with other people? Or is this, like a self-produced project? So tell us a little bit about your project with the and who you work with.
Yeah, I mostly compose everything myself. And except some, rhythm parts, because I'm not much into drums and rhythm guitar. So my husband helps me with this. But most all the melodies and charts and arrangement, most of the arrangements I do myself. And the voice, of course. So yeah, it's mostly me and a little bit with a little bit help of my husband and other musicians who record it. So yeah, it's how to say it? It's like a
Self-produced.
self-product, yeah, self-produced. Yeah.
No, and that's amazing, because a lot of artists nowadays, they are finding ways to do that and self-produce, because a lot of people had to during COVID, with the shutdown and stuff, and people couldn't just go out and, do all the regular normal process that they would normally do. So a lot of people had to do things, in a different manner. And I have found that a lot of musicians that I've talked to are doing self-producing, and doing all the stuff themselves, because they had to learn how to do that anyways during
Yeah,
COVID, so then it makes it
it's
that you
easier.
have much more control over your music and your say of what's going to go into it as well. So then I feel that's more personalized, because then it's more you.
Yeah, of course. And that's why I actually do it, not only because, I don't have anyone to help, but because I want to do it on my own way, as I hear it, as I see it. And yeah, that's why I do it this way.
No, and it's wonderful. Now we've been talking a little bit about the music, and I am going to play some of the music for everyone out there listening. But I also want to talk a little bit also about the fact that she's also got a tour coming up, and so she's got a European tour that's going to be coming up, and we want to talk a little bit about that. Now I know I'm going to mess up all the names of the cities, so I don't want to attempt that. So if you could be so kind and let everybody know out there where your tour is going to be, and where they can come and catch you.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the beginning of September, but the first show is on the August 31st. It will be in Germany, Netherlands, Denmark, and one show in Paris. And this is actually my very, very first solo European tour. Yeah, because previously I was touring with Imperial Age, but now I booked the shows only for myself, for my band, and I'm very proud of it. I made a lot of work, mostly myself, again, yeah, because before April, when I signed a contract with DI Records label from USA, actually.
Congratulations,
I had
nice.
no, yeah, I had no label, I had no manager or something, and I did everything with the help of some friends and myself. So I booked the shows and I prepared, logistic, the accommodations. I hired musicians in Europe because my musicians from Russia, they can't come because of, sanctions and prices, and it's very, very hard to make it work during this times. Yeah, so there are many things that I prepared for this, and I hope that everything will work out. And I'm really, really waiting for the shows. Yeah.
Well, I'm really happy to hear that, you are getting your music out there, and that so people will be able to get a chance to come out and see you live. I love the fact that, people are touring again and the musicians are, out there, doing live concerts again, live shows for people to come out and see that. We missed that so much during the COVID time that it's such a nice relief to be able to go out and see live music again. And for anybody listening again, I like for me when I was listening, it felt more like this metal opera type of music just listening to you, because again, like I said, her voice is extremely powerful, and as soon as you hear one of the songs, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. And actually, let's go ahead and get into that right now. Let's go ahead and play one of the songs. Now, you sent us three of the songs, and you want to go ahead and choose which song that you would like us to play first.
I think it's gonna be Loneliness because it was the very first single that I actually released.
Loneliness. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, I have
Yeah.
but I have By the Grace of the Lord, We Are Stardust, and Archangel.
Yeah, sorry, I sent everything from the last album. So let's start from the Archangel because it's the name of the album and the main song on the album.
Oh, okay, awesome. And for a minute I thought, oh my gosh, did I miss something? Wait a minute. These are the ones did I miss one of the songs perhaps?
No. It was me. I forgot that I didn't send it to you.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because sometimes, like I said, we had a hard time getting this, scheduled together. So I'm like, oh, just in case I missed it. I'm sorry about it. But okay, so Archangel, we're gonna start with Archangel, and you said that is also the name of the album?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Okay, then everybody out there. I'm sorry, say it again.
Yeah, it's the name of my second album that was released half a year ago.
Oh, okay. So this is fairly new then. This is not very old out here then. So it's only been about 6 months. So awesome. Okay, so for everyone tuning in to Rockers Edge Radio, you are listening to Anna KiaRa, and we are talking to her from Moscow, Russia right now while we are in the States. And we are going to play Archangel for you here on Rockers Edge Radio. was Archangel by KiaRa, all the way from Moscow, Russia to here in the United States, just for all you people listening on Rockers Edge Radio. So that was beautiful. I love it. It was absolutely wonderful. Again, like I said, I mean, to me, it like you can tell, the powerness in your voice. You have a power voice. That's something that I really love, especially, for strong female singers and leads out there, because like you said, it's hard to get your music out there, and you've worked so hard to do that, and do you find it a little harder that, just being a female lead, that you have to work a little, more for that, or are you not finding that to be any type of a struggle?
Maybe sometimes people, especially men, they don't take you seriously. Yeah, because you're beautiful, young, or something. Everything in one, yeah. And yeah, sometimes I need to prove that I am a professional, not only just a beautiful girl who wants to sing, but also a professional, educated musician with self-composed music and self-produced project albums and everything. So sometimes it's like this, but most of the time it's okay. And now people get to use that women are also okay for work, yeah. And for rock music, for metal music, it's also maybe from one side it's even better to be a woman in metal because there are more attention, yeah, and you can choose what to do with this attention, not only to show yourself as a pretty girl, but also as a professional and well educated and combined with a talented. So you can show that you are everything in one, and people really see it, even if they, for the first, from the first side, they see only how you look, yeah, and they like it, but then they go into your music, and this is really good. This is what I try to do with my social media, yeah, and this is how I try to attract more fans with what I do, not only how I look.
No, exactly, exactly. And that's one of the things that I wanted to highlight is that you have this power voice, and just you have this amazing talent. And I really like highlighting that with females, female leads, because you're right, like you said, I have found that a lot of female leads do say that sometimes they do have to work a little harder to get that to be taken seriously. But like you said, once they see you and they hear the music and they hear your voice, and like you said, what you choose to do with that attention, to you could either be, just that pretty face, or you can show you have that talent and that experience behind you. And I feel like your music does show that. And I'm very proud, to be able to, yeah, play the music for you after this interview. Of course, people are going to be able to hear the interview, but we will take the music and we will put it into play rotation too. So we'll be randomly playing your music throughout, random, times and stuff on Rockers Edge Radio. Hear new music, new artists out there. They don't always get that chance, to
Yeah,
hear people from,
thank you
different
for this.
countries.
Thank you for this opportunity. It's very important for new musicians and for good music to be heard, because nowadays, there are so many bad music coming out from different, radio, TV, and internet, everything, and you even can't go through this wall of, this strange music, which is everywhere.
Right. And sometimes, yeah, sometimes it can be difficult, for people to get their music out there and get that exposure, and so that's one of the things that I'm really grateful about the show here for Rockers Edge Radio, Chaotic Radio, again, Inside the Orange Curtain, OC Review, and Chinguanas, is that all of these sites, are dedicated to bringing more music out there. We do play terrestrial music, for the known artist, and everything like that. But we also highlight a lot of projects from artists that, are not mainstreamed yet, just to help them get more exposure, to get their music out, and, we get a great feedback. People tell us they really love all the different artists that, we get from all over the place, submitting music, so it's not only the terrestrial music, the mainstream, music, you get to hear, the indie people as well. You get to hear the self-produced artists, and you can find some favorite artists. Like I said, I love the music, and I love that you have such a powerhouse, feel to your music, that I was happy to highlight that and to bring it out there for everyone. And so now we have a couple other songs to play for everyone out there. We do have two more songs. So let's see. We have by the grace of the Lord, and we have We Are the Stardust. So what would you like for us to play next?
I think by the grace of the Lord, because it's more, typical symphonic metal. Because the next song will be more alternative metal.
Okay. Okay. So now, all for everybody tuning in, once again, we are speaking with Anna KiaRa, and I hope I said that right, from
Yes.
Moscow right now. She's in Moscow, Russia, and she will be doing a tour here really soon. So we'll touch base on that after we hear By the Grace of the Lord on Rockers Edge Radio.
This
And once again, that was By the Grace of the Lord by Anna KiaRa. And again, you're listening to that on Rockers Edge Radio. And for all of everybody listening in, the visuals, of course, will go up on Chaotic Radio YouTube, the show pages, the DNR show, or Inside the Orange Curtain, and OC Review. So we will have all of this playing for you on a lot of different media sites. So you have, chances to catch for music in, a number of places. So again, this is beautiful music. I really love this. So again, we just heard By the Grace of the Lord, and, again, she is going on a tour really soon coming up in September. So tell everybody about that and, where exactly you're going to be so that they can come out and catch you in person.
Yeah, I'm going to play in Central Europe. There will be 5 shows in Germany, Netherlands, Denmark, and France and Belgium. Yeah.
So now where can they find your information though? Like where can they, come out and find so they can get tickets or, whatever to come out?
Yeah, you can find everything on my Facebook. I have, artist page, Anna KiaRa. I have my personal page, Anna Moiseva, and you can find all the links there for the tickets, for the information about venues and everything.
And of course, make sure to follow her, download her music, support your local artists out there, or even artists, across the seas, any artists that are willing to go out there and, put that work out there for you.
I also wanted to mention one very important thing that at the moment I'm doing a crowdfunding for this European tour. And the link for the crowdfunding is on my social media, on Facebook and Instagram as well. And you can find, all the items that you can have for your donations there. So it's not only a donation, you can have something for different amounts. So you can go there, check it, and maybe you will be able to help me and to get something from my merch back to you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, it's, scratch my back, scratch yours, right? Everybody's got, something to help out, and it's a community effort. When you do that, you make a community effort, and then that kind of helps, fans also be more involved with your music.
This is so incredible. I have so many good fans and they help me so much. They support me so great that sometimes, I just look at the screen and I just like, oh, the tears coming out. Like, this is so cute. This is so great. And yeah, this is really, it's one of the good things when you do everything on your own, all the good fans, all the, people who listen to your music, you see all the comments and you are into it and you understand that your music is growing up and you are growing up as an artist because of this support. You see that this support is growing up too. And this is incredible. This is really great.
Amazing. And that's one of the things about the music community is in all reality, so many people have that same feeling and an attitude in music that it is a community and music is universal. So it doesn't matter where you're from, what language you speak, because everybody understands music.
Yeah, and I'm happy that many people are still with me, despite of what's happening in the world, because that there is a war between Russia and Ukraine, and there were some, effects on music from Russia because of this and many sanctions and other things. But I'm really, really grateful to my fans because they are still with me and they really understand that people and politics, there are different things. And I try to unite people, not to divide them like politicians try to do it. So we are metal musicians and other musicians, we are rebellions, and we are still on even if everything goes down.
Exactly, right? Metalheads, no matter where you're at, metalheads unite, and and music is their fight. That's what brings us together, and it really, if everybody would just understand that and have that same understanding as musicians and fans do, I think the world would be so much better, just a nicer, happier place, because they would understand what that means to so many, because music does mean a lot to a lot of people. It is our escape from reality, from sadness, from depression, or when you're angry, or when you're super happy. It enhances everything, so
it's our way to make a world a little bit better, you know, when we compose something like from I say it from musician's side. Yeah, when I do something, I try to put my message into it, and maybe it will help someone. And it really helps because I know it, because I see these comments, I have these messages from people from time to time that, you know, sometimes my music even helps people from depression. And wow, this is really amazing.
Well, your music is uplifting, you know. I mean, even just the titles of the songs that we're playing today, it's all positive. It's all, you know, uplifting stuff. All, you know, and the words that you are, you know, that you're speaking, the lyrics are beautiful. On again. Okay. 2 and 3. Okay, and now for all our listeners out there on Rockers Edge Radio and Chaotic Radio, we do have one more song to play for you. But before we get into that, I wanted to ask you as well. Now, is there anything like maybe, you know, that I missed, you know, I didn't touch base on? Is there maybe somebody you want to give a shout out to, or maybe a special message to your fans out there?
Yeah, maybe first of all, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about Archangel, my second album, because it's not just separate songs. As I found out when I finished the recording, that this is a conceptual album, but I didn't know it before, you know. It appears only when I put the songs in right order. And it seems that the first song is the hardest song, you know, the darkest song on the album, God of War. And the last song is Archangel, the lightest song on the album. And during the whole album, we see that the evolution, the reincarnation of the person, of the soul, which was a black god of war in the beginning, and then through all the songs, it became an archangel. So it was like a very, very long way from the darkest soul to the brightest soul. So this is also, I found out it only after I finished the album. I wrote it separately, and I didn't know that, you know, I can put it in some order and you can find a story in this order. But when
Okay.
I put it, I found out that, yeah, this is really, really nice story behind the album. And right now, I always say it in the interviews and on reviews. I try to show it to the people that it has a conception.
No, that's really cool. I'm glad that you brought that up and that you mentioned that. Because I, you know, I myself wouldn't have known that since we're not playing the music from the previous album, you know, so I wouldn't have known that. So that's a really nice some information out there that we wouldn't have had otherwise. You know, so that's really cool. So that's something that fans can like look into. And now when they listen to it, they'll know that there's a storyline behind it all as well.
Yeah, yeah. And also the
So,
first album is called Storyteller, so I kind of continue the stories part in the albums.
oh,
Yeah, and
nice.
regarding shout outs, of course, I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who participated in my crowdfunding campaign, and to all the people who are subscribed to my Patreon, and all the other people who just, you know, leaving comments, sharing my music, my music videos, posts, and everything. Just thank you so much for your support. This is really means a lot to me.
And again, thank you everybody also for tuning in to this interview as well, because again, it's something that we've worked for a little while to get this set up. You know, it took us a little bit to try to get all of this set up for everybody out there. So I'm glad that we were finally able to come together to get that taken care of as well. You know, and again, I love the music. I think the music is very powerful, you know, and I think the fans out there, you know, and the people out there listening are really going to love that too. And so hopefully, you know, you get more people following you and, you know, support her on her, you know, on her Patreon as well, so that she can continue touring and bringing her music out there for everybody. So now we have one more song to play for you. And now tell us a little bit about this song.
Yeah, this song is the most out of genre song on the album. This is more modern metal or alternative metal than symphonic or heavy metal.
Mhm.
And the song title is "We Are Stardust." And yeah, it's about university. Sorry, it's about the universe, about the stars, and that we are all belongs to somewhere there. You know, we all came from there, and we will come back there, and that's why we are the Stardust. Yeah.
Once again, for everybody listening to Rockers Edge Radio, this is We Are the Stardust. And again, that was We Are the Stardust by KiaRa. And she is speaking with us here on the Daily News Rock Show on Rockers Edge Radio and Chaotic Radio, Inside the Orange Curtain, OC Review, and Chingona's Rocktastic Media Productions, all the way from Moscow here to the United States, California. So I really do appreciate that you took the time to speak with us. Again, it was a little bit of a, scheduling issue to get this going. So I'm really happy that we were able to finally get this taken care of for you. And I love the music. I think out of all of these, I really like the We Are the Stardust, this last song that we just played, because I like the lyrics. I like what it stands for. I like how it made me feel, connected to it. So, and what you explained about it is like, you know what, everybody can connect to that. Everybody can understand that, and to me, the words, I really like this song. So for me, this was one of my favorites out of the three that you sent. And of course, if you want to send us anything else, we will definitely be more than happy to play it for you and everybody out there listening.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And I'm also really glad that we found time because of our time difference. And thanks everyone who listened to me here and who maybe will join me somewhere on social media. Of course, I'll send you more songs and some photos for this interview. And yeah, thank you so much. And I hope to meet you again soon.
No, oh, definitely, definitely. And then, when you have like the next album, you can always, do an updated interview and, bring us more music and we can let more people know about what you have coming up in that manner. And now before we close out, I want to give a quick little little information once again, because you talked about that you are also a teacher, you teach music as well, you have students, now where can people find about that, like information about that, like they want to come out and get some lessons from you or something,
Very easy, maybe to write me about it in social media because I mostly am doing lessons offline, but I have some online students from abroad too. I have one a girl from Norway and one girl from UK. So if you want to join me, just to be my student, yeah, just write me somewhere, just leave a message, and we will discuss everything. I'm very, um, very easy to find a decision about what you need. So you always can reach me out.
Nice. I just wanted, be able to give people out there that opportunity, to know that they can, if that's, what you're offering and stuff, that they can reach out as well, because I know a number of people and another number of musicians that have been doing that, and they've gotten a lot of response, people saying, you know what, I really would like to get into this and to learn and, take private lessons and stuff. And I think that's great because, who better to learn than from somebody who's out there doing it, so
yeah, practicing.
exactly, instead of just going to a school where you have somebody that's actually traveling and touring and literally doing all of that right now. So I mean, I just think that you'd be somebody who's like would be a really great teacher because you're going through the experience. You're not teaching something that you're not going through yourself. You're actually doing it yourself, so I think that's really wonderful that you'd be able to bring that experience for anybody wanting to learn as well. So again, thank you so much, for the interview. I really appreciate this. This was fantastic. Anybody you want to say a shout out to before we close out?
I think I already said everything that I wanted. Yeah, just thank you again and see you in future. And soon I will release a new single. I think it will be in September, and I will definitely send it to you.
All
Yeah.
right. And you heard that here on Rockers Edge Radio. Make sure to follow all her sites, catch her music, come out and see her whenever you can, and see if you can take a lesson. That would be great. So thank you so much, everyone. And don't forget, come back for more. Have a good one.
Yeah.